Admiral Sarah Chen stood before the massive holographic display in the United Earth Command Center, her weathered face illuminated by the blue glow of star charts. The message from the Galactic Council had arrived 3 days ago, and its content still made her jaw clench with barely controlled fury. Species 847 Gamma, designation human, the Council's communique had begun in their typical cold, bureaucratic tone. Your expansion beyond your home system constitutes a violation of Galactic Regulation 7.2a. Cease all interstellar colonization immediately or face complete economic isolation and military intervention. The threat was clear. Humanity had been exploring the stars for only 2 centuries, establishing colonies on 17 worlds, when the Council had finally noticed them. Now they wanted Earth to surrender all their hard-won progress and retreat back to their solar system like scolded children. Dr. Elena Vasquez, Earth's lead xenobiologist, approached the Admiral with a datapad in her trembling hands. "The analysis is complete," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "The Council species. They're all Type I civilizations on the Kardashev scale. They harvest energy from entire star systems. Their technology is millennia ahead of ours." Chen nodded grimly. The Galactic Council consisted of 7 ancient species who had divided the galaxy among themselves eons ago. They tolerated younger races as long as they remained confined to their home systems, serving as sources of raw materials and primitive labor. Any species that showed signs of true interstellar expansion was either subjugated or eliminated. "What about the Kepler Initiative?" Chen asked, though she already suspected the answer. "Suspended indefinitely," replied Commander Zhang Wei, head of Earth's Colonial Defense Force. "All 17 colonies are requesting immediate evacuation. They've intercepted Council probe ships in their systems. The colonists are terrified." Chen turned back to the star map, her mind racing. Humanity had 2 choices: submit to the Council's demands and accept a future of servitude, or fight a war they couldn't possibly win. Both options led to the same destination, the end of human expansion and freedom. But Dr. Vasquez had discovered something else in her analysis of the Council's message, something that had given Chen a dangerous idea. "Show me the quantum signature analysis again," Chen ordered. The hologram shifted to display wavelength patterns and energy readings. Dr. Vasquez highlighted specific sections with her stylus. The Council's communication technology relies on quantum entanglement networks across galactic distances. It's incredibly sophisticated, but there's a flaw. The entangled particles they use maintain coherent states across multiple dimensions simultaneously. Chen smiled for the first time in days. "Which means, if someone could generate a cascade resonance at the right frequency," Dr. Vasquez paused, the implications sinking in, "it would collapse their entire communication network. Every Council world, every ship, every outpost would be isolated." The plan was audacious to the point of insanity. Earth's entire scientific community worked around the clock for 2 weeks, retrofitting every fusion reactor on the planet and in the Sol system. They built a massive quantum resonance array that would consume more energy than humanity had ever generated in its entire history. The Council's deadline approached. Their war fleets, massive dreadnoughts capable of sterilizing planets, positioned themselves at the edge of human space, waiting for Earth's inevitable surrender. Instead, they received a message from Admiral Chen herself. For exactly 17 minutes and 34 seconds, every quantum communication device in the galaxy went silent. The cascade resonance, generated by humanity's desperate gambit, swept across the galactic spiral arms at faster-than-light speeds, collapsing quantum entanglement networks that had connected civilizations for millennia. The Council's response was swift and brutal, or it would have been if they could coordinate it. Their war fleets suddenly unable to communicate with their command structures, faced a terrible choice: attack an unknown enemy without orders, or wait for communications to be restored. They chose to wait. In the chaos that followed, something unprecedented happened. Minor species across the galaxy, freed from the Council's constant surveillance and control, began to rebel. Trade networks collapsed. Ancient treaties became unenforceable. The careful balance of power that had maintained galactic stability for 10,000 years crumbled in a matter of days. When communications were finally restored 3 weeks later, the galaxy had changed forever. The Council found itself fighting brushfires on 1,000 worlds, dealing with species they had oppressed for millennia, suddenly finding their voice and their courage. Admiral Chen received the Council's second message a month after the Cascade event. This time, the tone was markedly different. Species 847 Gamma. It read, "The Council acknowledges your unique capabilities. We propose a treaty of mutual recognition. Your expansion rights will be respected in exchange for technological cooperation regarding quantum resonance applications." Chen read the message twice before deleting it. Earth's response came in the form of action rather than words. The next day, 3 new colonial expeditions launched from Earth, heading for systems the Council had explicitly forbidden them to enter. The galaxy watched in stunned silence as humanity, the youngest and smallest of the star-faring species, had accomplished what no one had thought possible. They hadn't defeated the Council through superior firepower or advanced technology. They had won by understanding something the ancient civilizations had forgotten in their millennia of dominance. Sometimes the most powerful weapon is the willingness to break the rules everyone else considers unbreakable. As Admiral Chen watched the launch of humanity's 18th colony ship, she reflected on the galaxy's new reality. The Council still existed, still commanded vast resources and ancient wisdom, but they no longer commanded absolute authority. The balance of power had shifted, not because humanity was stronger, but because they had proven that even the most established order could be disrupted by those brave enough to risk everything. The galaxy would never be the same.